Finally tonight, where are we now and where are we going?
Those are questions News 10 NBC took to a man who made history in Rochester, becoming the first black mayor of the city. Brennan Summers sat down with former mayor Bill Johnson.
William A. Johnson, Jr.
As the 64th mayor of Rochester, Bill Johnson served the city for 11 years, from 1994 to 2005. He took over as the first black man to serve as the highest elected official in the city. And looking back now, 50 years since the assassination of Dr. King, Johnson says it's remarkable to see that as much as things have changed across the country, there's a lot that still hasn't.
And you look back on that period and you had to hope and pray that something good would come of it. And I think temporarily something did. But to me, it's sort of fascinating that we're sort of dealing with a lot of these problems in 2018 that we were confronting in 1968.
Mayor Johnson points to what he describes as a U-turn in society that got us to where we are now, and it happened just 10 years ago.
There was a lot of resistance to President Obama's election. A lot of people could not accept it as a valid act, the birtherism movement, all that kind of stuff that erupted around that particular action. And now we're living on the flip side of that coin.
But the former mayor says the solution is not as simple as swapping out Republicans or Democrats in office.
We really have to have people now who understand the positive attributes of public policy. How do we use government to address and redress serious problems in our society? We have them.
Johnson says he has hope for a better future, seeing millions of young people fighting for change following the mass school shooting in Parkland, Florida. And that change, he says, has to come in the form of more voters going to the polls. As for his beloved Rochester, the former mayor says the focus should be on the next generation.
I said it's important for us to continue to invest in the future. All of these young people who are now in school, rather than see them grow up and move away, let's create a community that they'll feel proud of living in, that they want to raise their children and their families here, and they want to be engaged citizens. They want to give back. They want to be involved.
Brennan Summers, News 10 NBC.
We leave you with a quote from Martin Luther King in 1958. True peace is not merely the absence of tension, it is the presence of justice.
Those words hold eternal truth. And 50 years following the death of the dreamer, his fight for justice now lies with us. Thanks for joining us tonight.